Clash of Clans podcast, episode 72. 73. And we're back with the Clash of Clans with the fans of stands. I'm your pal, Biggity Boneyard. I'm here with my pal, Scotty.
Hey.
Hey, Scotty. We're here at ClashofClansPodcast.com talking all things Clash of Clans here in the beautiful WBSMT studio, original, basement.
A lot warmer than it was the last time I was down here.
But it's still, that's cold. Talking all things Clash of Clans. We got a lot of stuff to get to today. We got some troop contests, the new troop contest we got to talk about. We'll get to that later. Right away, we got to talk about some things. Where are we at? What's happening? Where are you at, Scotty, right now? Or you guys are, what's up?
We are, we started a fun war. So we've been, the last week and this week, we've been doing a war on the weekend, or, the weekend after our Sunday, Tuesday start. That's just, do whatever you want.
Okay.
And they just started that last weekend, and so we're doing it again, I guess. It started. But it was kind of fun because then, like last week, we did it, and I went in and did some attacks that I wouldn't, normally do.
Yeah, when you don't have to get the stars, you can try some shit out.
Yeah. I did a Golem Velk combo.
Did it work?
No, not at all.
Okay, yeah. So you're having fun with some shit.
Yeah. I was like, well, this doesn't matter. The first one,
and you realize it doesn't work. That's how you find out.
And it's like you always want to try it. And I'm like, in war bases have been so different, like than just the regular attack bases that.
Especially now with the builder, people got different shit.
Yeah. And so I couldn't practice this combination really on the type of bases that I was seeing because it just won't be that way in farming or whatever. So I went in. 4 golems, and the rest Velks. And it was a shit show disaster.
Yeah, I mean, they got what?
It just...
Valk's got a bunch up, right?
Well, yeah. No, they could do all right. But, the base was wide open, like the townhouse, so you had to, funnel around the sides on the inside.
Okay.
To get in there. So, I thought, they'll spread around, all come wrap around and do the stuff, because jump spell wouldn't really work in that situation. You never know what the wall breakers were going to do, so I just went for it, and it was a disaster, and I didn't have to feel bad about it, so it was nice.
Good. Anything else?
And we won. We ended up winning the war.
Yeah.
Because then all of a sudden it starts getting close, and now we're taking it seriously.
And that's what happens when you have a no obligation war. No obligation. As soon as you're like, we could win. I might as well just spend the troops because I'm going to get the loot and fuck it.
Yeah.
Over here at what we've been doing in Zod, we have weekend wars.
That was in House of L.
That was also in the House of Zod. We were doing weekend wars. We decided we only tried it once, and we probably will maybe try it tomorrow. Last Friday, we started 2 clans. 2 separate clans. We wanted to call them, we were just like, what should we call them? I don't know, sex and violence. And you can't put that. So it's sax and violins. and it was 20 people, anybody who was in, they wanted to get in, online. And we were like, okay. We tried to match them up so that it was a perfect matchup. The same size
cool.
town hall. Somebody did all the math. That wasn't me. These guys put it all together. And we didn't get matched up. But we had 10 and 10. I had Boneyard over there. And, we tried to get matched up, and it didn't work. So what we did was...
Well, we should do that next week.
But it takes a lot of work to try to get the perfect matchup, by the numbers.
We should be drafting from L on the weekend wars.
Well, we thought about it, we need one more person. I'll just bring player 1 in, made him Prez, and then jumped
Prez.
Boneyard over
It's a
there.
biker club now.
I'm the leader, I'm the king. Anyway, we didn't get matched up. Some Danes, I don't know, it was the Danish blah, blah, blah. And we're I put on the description, hey, if you're reading this... We are from the House of Zod, and we tried the thing. We didn't get matched up. So go ahead and wipe us out. I left my House of or Kneel Before Zod base out.
Yeah.
And a couple people...
You didn't even try?
Well, this is what we put. A couple... one guy left his the dick base out there. And one of them was suck it, bitch, or something. And bitches ain't shit. And we're like, all right, that's funny. And everybody left. There was 2... somebody's mini clans over there keeping it alive, right? And everybody left, and they wrote back okay, put all your town halls outside, and don't put anything in the CCs. And and then we added the CCs are full of wall breakers and healers and stuff. And that'll be funny because we get to watch all these replays and see what they do. The pig dog in there, what's that going to do?
Yeah.
Then they were okay, awesome, and they attacked and they won. but they left a town hall out. So I took Boneyard back there and took out that town hall. It was like number 4 on the list. So it was a decent, I don't know, it's loser loot. I used 2 archers or something.
Yeah.
And then I went after like one of their guys at the bottom that I could get for a real cheap army. No spells or nothing. And then got you know, like...
You went into a battle with
just
no spells?
Just barched it, you know, like I'm going to get a star down at the bottom, and I'll get enough loot to repay for the army plus some gold later. You know, cool.
Yeah.
And left. And so we're probably going to try that again. But that was a Saxon violence. It was
You're very practical in your war strategy.
Well, I'm like, well, here's the thing. So speaking of war, I've not been doing super great.
I haven't either.
Well, I've been fucking up. Like it was close. How about this? We'll start here. After last week, we were 14 wins in a row, and we had 49 wins. So we needed to go in and beat these fuckers, and it would have been our 50th win, and
Big 5-0.
Our 50th win, and our 15th in a row. And we ended up at the last second, like it was they were beating us, and we were all doing shitty. People were just getting pissed because we had been winning, and you know, and we went in like, man, we could do this, and we weren't really telling the littler guys or the newer players what to do real well. You know, like we tried to. Well, we try a lot. We do. We'll get to that about what that is, but we fucking tied, like in overtime. There was 2 attacks left. Me and I think Eglay or Rich or somebody at the top. And of course, I could look at it, but anyway. And we went in and each got 2 stars on 2 open bases, and then the other that would have put us in the win. And the other guy went in and got the extra star somewhere else. And so I come out, I'm like, and I was like, I don't know, 2 buildings and a dragon left before I would have got 3 stars. Like, there was 2 buildings up the corner. The dragon was burning 1. There was 1 more, and time ran out. So I almost got the 3. And I come back out, and I'm like, yes, we did it. And then you were tied, because it goes right to the end screen. I'm like, no, damn it.
Draw.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a bummer.
I hate those draws.
And then the last war.
It's so close that, you know, if you lose.
Yeah. It was. Everybody was just struggling for every star they could get. A bunch of people, well, not a bunch, but people were getting kicked out because they didn't attack. Like, that's a thing for us. If you don't use both attacks, you're out, especially if it's close. Yeah. Come back, you know, maybe some of them it's come back later when you're not busy.
Right.
Yeah, you know, whatever. But
we had 100% participation last war.
Last war we missed 1 attack. Me.
Really?
Yeah, because I went to take a shower, and we were way ahead. Like, I went in early and hit number 7 or 8 just for the 3 stars and a good attack. You know, really nicely done attack. And then come back, and I'm like, later doing our thing, and like, oh yeah, well, I only got like an hour left, so it should be ready. And I'm like, and my guy, they're like, hey, where you been? I'm like, hey, good job, you know, like you missed your attack. We had almost 100, like 99%. I'm like, oh my god, well, shit. Sorry, I don't. You know.
Did you kick yourself out?
Nah, no, but I. Okay, that was the point of this whole story. Troll bases. I left the Neil before Zod out because we were like, go ahead and beat it, right? Well, I fucking left that out the next war. The war that we tied. I got 2 starred, and the top guy, Funky Mab, left his out. And he got 2 starred. It was a son of a bitch. Yeah, yes. Everybody was so pissed right away. I'm like, like if it comes down to that, I'm going to be such an... And it did.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it really did. You know, a couple other people had a couple bad attacks, and like one of the guys fat-fingered an attack, should have had 3 and got 1, you know. And like one of the only high attacks left. Like, we need to make points. And you're like, oh, that you know what happened. That sucks. Fat-fingered it.
Yeah.
But everybody's kicking themselves. But I fucking left that shit out. Oh.
And you get down on so many other people.
I'm like, yeah, right. You know, like, before that happened, it like, oh, you leave that shit out. A couple other, people did. Down low and way earlier, but we won, and it was like, hey, you're gonna get 3 stars anyway, but you might soak up with some attacks before it happens. Don't just give it to them because you got a finger out, the middle finger out.
No, but I suppose you changed it at the last minute, don't you?
Well, it's now a rule that you are booted if that happens, and just don't do it. Just don't have troll bases at all. Like, don't. That's not a thing. You will be told to go put that shit back on prep day because no, you'll forget it and you'll be it's gonna be yeah.
So,
Don't fuck you, bitches. Like that's not really that cool. I mean, if you're beating them up later, or there's some I don't know dumb clan with some dumb thing, but they're the clan that we got matched up with.
oh man,
Was because it's still the middle finger and the dick and the bitches ain't shit was still up from the Sax War. And, it was still like, oh, let's go change those guys. Like we don't know these people. This is just a war, and they did, and I forgot to. Like I didn't get there in time. Oh man,
that sucks.
yeah. And all the expos were down. The Infernos were on single because I just made the thing just for that. Like I could have beat one of those. I could have kept one of those to 1 star. Yeah, it was.
My God. Well,
son of a bitch.
Do you have like 2 different war bases now?
No. I have the big one, and it got I had tweeted the war bases out to the game. You called me and said, "Hey, tweet your bases." I said, "This is the one I usually use. Never been 3-starred," and some of my clan mates were like, "Yeah, what was that shit you put on Twitter? Because people here know that that's not true." And I'm like, that's not true. I'm like, God, it sounds cool. And then the Hulk and Jake, Jake from One Hive and the Hulk from the Hulk because he's
the Hulk Files
smash shit. They both had tweeted back. Yeah, one of them was like, "Yeah, because I never attacked you." And the other was like, "Yeah, I put my shit here and here and here, 3 stars for sure." I'm like, well.
Oh man. So you haven't been 3-starred at all?
Not since the update. Since they changed some stuff a while back.
All right.
I did get 3-starred way back when. It was a huge huge ground army with P.E.K.K.A.s, and he just did it perfectly. Like it's the thing that come after it.
Yeah.
They'll spread out a bunch of P.E.K.K.A.s and wizards and like a golem to get in there. Free spells and all that shit to get a. I think that was the one that.
Are you getting hit with high heroes?
That was the one. No, that was the one that there was one P.E.K.K.A. left, and he was going after my Inferno Tower. And that was the only 2 things left on the board. Like all of his shit was dead. That Inferno Tower was set on multiple, and that thing was hitting a fucking wall. Right on the other side of it was the Inferno Tower burning him, and he was just cranking away at that wall. And the Inferno Tower, and then finally, right before he broke through the wall, the Inferno Tower went dead. And he had like, you couldn't even see how much health he had. It was such a sliver.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, he's dead. And then it went off, and then he would smash the wall, and then he got in. And, only needed 10 seconds. And it was like in the last 30, or probably the last, 15. But yeah, that was a bitch. That was my 3-star. It's so close.
I don't know if I've gotten 3-starred. I don't think so. I mean, in a long time, in war, I don't think. But I've been getting hit pretty hard with 2s, like the last few wars. And so I've been changing some stuff, and then I go into the war map, and I'll play around with it for a while, with a new base, and then I'm like, my old base is still good. Let me just tweak this. So I just keep working on the one. I don't switch back and forth, but I'm really meaning to do something completely different.
I occasionally move traps and buildings and make funnel things this and that way. I'm tweaking it as I go and making it stronger. I think it's pretty good. I got both Infernos all the way up. I'm saving up for. Actually, I just started it. My first expo is going to level 3. They're all at level 2. The first one's going to level 3.
To max?
No, level 4 is max, I think. They're gold tips now. They're going to be black. And then they go to red after that.
Yeah.
So that's going. That was where all that gold.
You've been doing some upgrades.
Well, that's all that gold from the free boost.
Oh yeah, okay.
The first part of the boost got my Inferno. No, the first part of the boost got 5 mil for a Tesla, and then at the end of the boost, I had so much. I'm like, I'm just gonna save a little bit more and get the Archer Tower going. And I did that with some wars, like bam, done. Well, and I got 4 Lego walls.
Oh my god!
Because I was maxing out on Elixir during the boost, and my research station was busy.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I got to spend this down. I'm like 4 of those, so it's my inner square,
right?
Has
the 4
as
corners.
Legos on the corners, yeah.
So with all the boost gold, I was trying to get my.
And it looks badass because it's a black wall, but the 4 corners are flames coming out.
Yeah,
it's cool.
So I, with all the war gold, or the gold from the boost, I was putting it into the walls to try to do it round because I wanted to save up for my P.E.K.K.A, which I got going. And then all of a sudden I was on this elixir is just like flowing into me. I'm sitting in Masters 3, just, taking
Really?
like tons of elixir.
I got to get up
and I've been sitting there almost to 8 million, and I've been... my P.E.K.K.A has like 3 days left. Now it's like 2 days, and every day I'm going, oh, should I just hit it and spend the gems? But I'm like, no, wait, just wait for it. And then last night, I had 7.2 mil in gold, and then I had 2 million in the clan castle almost, and I ended up putting it in the walls. And
dump.
Yeah, because I was like, you know what? It makes me sick to kind of spend the elixir that way, but I'm like, I'll wait for it, pump it into some walls. But I've been keeping the gold low because my elixir's been high.
Yeah.
And so I'm almost done with the center, which I never thought. But now, once I spend my next upgrade, and I've got barbs, archers, giants, max and lightning to go, and I think I'm going to go with the barbs first.
Yeah, I did. That was the first thing I did. When those barbs switched over, they're done. And I started my golems to level 2. That's the last dark troop that isn't maxed.
Okay.
Started those because I needed to. Well, because I needed to start something, and I had all this dark elixir. And I have 5 mil elixir right now that I'm saving to get the archers going.
Okay.
But I have 2.5 more days.
Have you done your giants?
No.
Okay.
That'll be after. I don't really use giants with this.
Yeah.
With this account. I do with player 1 a lot, but
I can't remember who it was in the clan chat the other day, but we were talking.
I have fucking balloons. What do you need giants for? You go after defenses?
The barbs, you get the king's ability. So it's like if you're raiding, using your barbs in farming, it's like, well, that probably makes more sense because you get a free range.
When you have barbs in your Farmy,
trademark
that Boneyard. I came up with that. Probably am not the first, but I came up with it independently the other day.
You reinvented the wheel.
Yeah, my Farmy.
Okay, so what is a Farmy?
My Farmy is archers. Just one of each. Barbs.
Defined as what? Farming?
Your farming army, yeah. Barbs, archers, wall breakers, and goblins. That's the 4 barracks I have going, constantly filled, and it usually comes up with more barbs and archers than the other 2. And not, maybe 20 wall breakers. Like, it's a lot, but you don't have a lot of heavy troops to be sending in, so you got to really bust those walls up. But then you send the healer in, or the king in with his rage ability, and it rages all those barbs in there.
Right.
And then the big mob of archers comes in behind and gets shit, It works pretty good. I've been cleaning up lately, actually.
You use wall breakers?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one whole barrack.
How many do you take in every time?
It's like 20.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you don't. It's sometimes
you don't
15.
use any spells besides.
No, I try not to. Like if they're totally aggro and they're like, we're about to break into the center that has all the shit, I'll drop a heal.
Okay, so let's preface it by saying where are you sitting in trophies?
Oh, 1,600 even.
Okay, so Town Hall 10 sitting pretty.
Yeah. So low. I go for halls that are anything over 100. Usually it's 100 of each. And if it's that much and it's a Town Hall 8 or or below, I can go in and clean up, right? If it's I don't even attack a lot of Town Hall 9s a lot. Never a 10. I don't even see them. But I still can look and find some 300, 400, K,
You're like the great white shark of 1600s. You're sitting out there just waiting for the little fish. Just going in. And
my mouth open like an alligator. Just swimming out my mouth open, waiting for something to swim through. Chomp!
Look at this one. Yeah. Just go in, steal the thunder.
Fish. I got a little flashlight on my forehead. And when they swim by, I fucking chomp on them. Yeah.
Next.
And sometimes I'll see a Town Hall 7 or 6, and that they've gone all the way up, and they're thinking, yes, I'm all the way up. I'm almost to gold 2.
They're out of their floaties.
Whoa!
They're out.
That work? With our microphone, we're having some technical difficulties here.
They're out of their floaties.
Yeah.
They're out of their floaties.
I'm moving
and they're
up.
there in the water.
And I go in and I've just, and that's when you just demolish them. You sit and you just piecemeal here and there, and then boom! What the hell happened?
Oh my god!
And you know, it might even be for a lot. It's usually for a loss of
holy shit! It's a town
resources. And you probably only take
next
10 trophies from them, but it's fun because you just mob them and wipe them out, and you know, use half an army and go back in.
True one.
Yeah, so troll bases are out for a damn good reason. What else topics?
Okay.
Oh, I got something to talk to you about. Yeah, we were fucking 15 and 50.
That sucks.
Left the base out. Totally my fault. Like, oh, and some of this, Regal's like, oh, my shit. Brock, 24 was like, yeah, it was actually a pretty fucking great attack, this hog attack, right? And drew out the CC and then drew it towards their queen.
And there's more email coming in.
And what?
More email coming in.
I drew the CC out through their queen and then attacked him and laid the king and the queen to go in and took out the queen and then dropped all the hogs and took the base out. Like it got to the last thing, but fucking like 7 or 8 skellies, little skeletons were following him around. Killed that witch, but those skellies were still alive, and you didn't even notice them. But then they were just running around after those hogs, cutting their fucking ankles, and knocked them all out. Like the whole thing, it was a bitch because each one of those skellies could have been one shot, but they left the party and followed the hogs, and it was like a 25% no star.
I did an attack this week that
I think that was the one. Anyway, Brock, what's up? Sorry, buddy. There's your shout out.
It was a pretty good attack. I was getting really close to winning. I think it was a go wee army, and I got everything in, but there was 2 to the center, and I almost had like the 2 stars, like the 50%. Mm-hmm. Everything got in there. I destroyed the town hall, I think it was, and then my king and queen. I was going up against a single inferno tower, which completely threw me off because I'm used to seeing just the multis.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I don't even know how to attack these guys. You know, one was on single, one was on multi. And so I was like looking around YouTube, you know, and checking out videos like, you know, go wee wee or go wipe, and just trying to figure out, okay, what's the best like troop combination. But I got in there to the center, and my king and queen missed in our 2 archers, and so they come up behind, and my king goes from almost getting that inferno tower to out of the center.
Turns around and leaves?
Yes, turns around and leaves. And then I see in the replay, too, that the queen got distracted by him. And that, like, 2 seconds that those 2 archers, like, took from the thing, it killed me. So, but it was pretty intense, because I've been trying to go wee, or just trying to adapt a little bit to each base and, like, really scouting it, you know, and taking time and trying to figure it out more.
My war attack is all air. I try to lava Lunian.
Oh yeah, I've done a couple of those.
I don't like it. I don't know. Maybe I need to do it more. It's fucking awesome, but I fucked it all up and got no stars or 1 star, and it's like and it mattered. That was my first attack in the war that I left my shit out.
I did a couple.
Like I fucked that up. Like not only did I leave my base out, but then I fucked up an attack, and I'm just like, I don't. This sucks.
Yeah, that sucks. I was doing that at first.
Oh, so mad. And then I jammed everything ready. I'm like, fuck this. And then I still had to wait to the end of the thing.
Well, then
last second.
Yeah, I've tried it in wars, and then I quit, and then I went back to it in one of the wars this week, and it worked really good. And there was a couple times where I thought I'd get the 3-star, but I've been seeing that where it's like almost in a replay, or when you're looking at it, where it's like it almost tipped the scale. Like if it would have been just a couple seconds longer, A couple key defenses would have been down, and I think I would have had it.
Sure.
So it's been really close.
I do want to change the subject to something that I was checking out. It was discussed on some other people were talking about it, and I had to check it out. And we're back to the Clash of Zombies podcast. Have you played Clash of Zombies?
No.
You don't know what it is? I have to show you it. And the people at home, it's basically a stolen Clash of Clans. It's a game just like Clash of Clans. It's got all different things. It's Clash of Zombies, right? But all the characters are it rips off so many different copyrights that it's just incredibly funny. Now, Scotty, this is the board right in the middle. It's a spaceship instead of your town hall, right? But and you're in a street, right? And it's all the same. Look at the menus. Even the menus, everything is exactly the same. All the fonts, all of it, except for what it is. But let's go to heroes. There's the Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, who's blue, and Eva from WALL-E, right? That's Pixar, Marvel and Pixar so far. And you're getting like mech warriors and stuff from Halo. That guy's in here. The starship that you crash is a Quinjet from the Avengers. I mean, it looks exactly like it.
X-War Clash of Zombies.
Yeah. And now look at the guys.
I think I downloaded this.
Look at this attack down here. I mean, all the buttons are exactly the same. They all look the same. They're all in the same spot. Look at the attack. The Goblin map is exactly the same, right? Isn't this crazy?
That is like
the Goblin map is not. It's trees and buildings instead of castles and caves and shit. But it's exactly the same, and I can't. And it's been around since like 6 months after Clash of Clans, so it's been around a long time.
I think I downloaded it a long time ago because it was like
it's in your cloud.
App Store. Yeah. So I maybe downloaded it, and never played it.
Now here's the thing: if you guys want to check it out, it's funny. It
even has water in it.
And I think you can like post replays to the chat or to the global chat or some I don't know. It's weird, but. Please, if you're a fan in the stand, do not spend any money on this game because fuck that shit. On behalf
what
of
level are you in that?
Level 2. Yeah, I'm like, I'm playing this. I'm going to at least get to where it's longer.
Like, I am not supporting these guys.
Yeah. No, do not buy. I mean, they're not really supporting anything.
I will play your game. Yeah. I'll play your rip-off game gladly.
I can't wait.
I am not spending any money in this game.
I can't wait to have enough walls to spell out. Fuck this, go to Supercell and check out ClashOfClansPodcast.com.
Then you log in the next day. Oh, crap, I got raided too bad.
I gotta change it back. Yeah, it's really crazy. Yeah, and everything looks weird. You like it looks like Clash, but things look different. You're like, oh, why doesn't that look like a builder station? Those are builder station. I want to show you the guys. Train. Okay,
that's hilarious.
The guys. Now the one guy has got a fucking lightsaber. The first guy, the barb. The archer is some white shit. She's got a blue outfit with like some sort of like freeze ray. That's
and a poodle. There's a poodle by her.
It says WALL-E from. I mean, that's what it's called. WALL-E from the fucking movie WALL-E. It's him. He's the wall breaker, or no, he's the goblin.
But I think WALL-E was spelt different.
No, well, it looked a little different. Yeah. It had a dash and a capital E. This one is just This is just WALL-E. The breaker, the wall breaker, is the thing from Portal, the video game. That's the robot from Portal, right? This shark looks familiar. I'm not sure what it is, but that's the guy from the video game Unleashed, where he has electrical powers. It's the same skin, it's the same thing. And this is the Fantastic Four car. Is one of the airships? Is the balloon, and then the guy on the left is it Battlezord? What is this?
A mech. I don't know what it looks like. Iron Man's head on like a body.
Voltron's body?
I don't know.
Yeah. So this is funny to watch or funny to play, and I've been attacking, and I'm like, I don't know. I guess I'll just keep upgrading things until I can do something, and then I'm gonna
pretty soon you're gonna be running your own.
And here's the clincher: not only can you change your name on it, but Boneyard was taken. I was pissed. I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm like, all right, Boneyard 88. That was the login from that other thing, and I'm like, all right, I'll throw an 88 on the end, not for the HH, racists out there, for the robot assassin.
Okay.
88. Anyway. So check that out or don't, because it's fucking ridiculous. But I can't wait to have Iron Man flying around fighting Thor and the Hulk. You don't want to
play this. This is stupid. But
Wall-E from the movie Wall-E. Like he's not. It's ridiculous how this is. So it's all out of China. So they just broke all these copyright laws, and there's no way they can prosecute them. I guess. I mean, that's the thing, is that you can't. I mean, what are you going to do?
Right.
Go up against China? I mean, that's not... They don't care. They can prosecute and try. But their government's going to be like, so what? We're making money. Get out of here, And there's tons of people. Like, the global chat is... The first five... And here's the bitch of it. First of all, the first 5 things are... ads
Welcome
for clans.
To the Clash of Clans podcast.
The global it's clan ads. The top 5 clan, the last 5 clan ads. It goes right on top. So you have to scroll down. Now, when you scroll, it stops when you lift up your finger instead of like smoothly flowing like you're waving it along. So I don't know why, but like that's the smallest thing, but that pisses me off.
But where are the zombies?
I don't know. Somehow the canon is just this.
But it says Clash of Zombies.
And that's the thing is the Hulk and Eevee. It's just Clash of Clans is popular. Those dumb Americans like zombies. Somebody will download this. It's like when you make a movie that's kind of the same thing.
Right.
Like that movie with Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino. It was called The Devil. No, it was called Son of a Woman. It was called The Devil's Advocate.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. That's a pretty good movie.
Right.
Yeah, right? There is a movie that is called The Advocate's Devil, and it has the same plot. It's the exact same movie, but like B version with not great actors, and it's called The Advocate's Devil. Now, why did they make that movie? Just on the off chance that grandma doesn't remember the name of the movie the kid wanted, or like you're at the video store and you're like, oh, this is that movie with Neo. I'm going to watch that. And you're like, what the hell is this? This is the guy from fucking Guiding Light. This is a soap opera guy. This isn't the same movie.
The saddest part is some people probably didn't even realize that when they watched it. And then they're like talking to people at work going, I didn't like that movie.
You didn't like Al Pacino in that? You're like,
no.
Who is he?
Why did they get an Oscar?
It was Al Pacino was in it. Who did he play? The bad guy, the boss. Oh, I didn't like him. You know who Al Pacino is? I guess not. You seen The Matrix, right?
Oh, that's him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember that part. And then see it in the Oscar things.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't care for that.
Clash of Zombies, like, it's similar enough to some other thing.
I'm deleting it right now.
You should probably log into it and see how far along you got before you deleted it before. Yeah, I had that on my list of topics because what?
In the new segment, what the what?
Yeah, right away I'm like, because everybody's like, oh, this sucks. Like people are like, I deleted it right away when I was reading about it online. The family chat people were talking about or something.
Boneyard's like, I'm gonna go over there and check it out.
I'm like,
delete
it. I gotta check that shit out. And then it was. I was appalled. World Breaker Hulk and they're heroes. It's not like just the king and queen.
And then I decided to upgrade my town hall.
No. Here's the thing. It's not just the king and queen. Look at the picture here. Look at this picture. On the button for heroes, it shows the Hulk and Eve with his hand on her, like they're posing together. Hey, what's happening? It's us. We're the heroes. And you go into the heroes, and you have a bunch. The hammer zombie, a gun zombie,
Oh, there's the zombies.
Metal Man. missile zombie. A guy's got missile arms. What does that do? How did that happen? Okay. Mech warrior. Those are the heroes.
All right. What else is on your topic list?
Zombie camp.
It's
in
like
laboratory.
an accident you can't turn away from, Boneyard. I'm kind of worried about you.
The defenses: laser cannon, Grand Canyon, air bomb, particle tower, electrical tower, machine gun, seeking air mine, missiles, electrical trap, the Patriot. Ooh. But they're all exactly like the clan. They do the same thing, but there's called something else and look different. Decorations.
It's like you are.
Oh, look at the decorations. It's just all the flags and a flower bed.
It's
just like the other one. The flag of Hong Kong. I don't even know if we got that one.
Do you realize it's like you are staring at an accident? You can't turn away.
What? Look at this. You can buy letter tiles and number tiles, so you can actually write things. Ooh, they might get me, and there are 100 gems for each letter. Well, they might get me to pay just so I can say that this sucks.
You are like making the worst case for the game.
Yeah, because it's crap.
But you're fascinated.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Look at there's the Hulk and Wally.
It's a train wreck.
Yeah, there's just so many different copyrights. It's like when you see those.
It's
like when you see those. When you ever look at bootleg toys on the interwebs, and you Google image bootleg toys, and you always come up with the superheroes pack, and it'll show pictures of all these heroes from movies, and it'll have like the Hulk, and then Spider-Man, and then a Power Ranger, and then on the one end it'll be Shrek.
What is this on?
It was like it was toys. It was bootleg toys. Like they just make them and then put them out. They don't really know even because I don't speak English, coming out of Japan or something or China probably. And so it says Superpower Fun Toys Go Marvel, and then it'll have the Ninja Turtles. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, okay.
Vacation Spider-Man, where it's Spider-Man and he's got Bermuda shorts on. Like what the fuck? All right. Spider-Man. That was one.
Do you have more on your list?
More on my list.
Before we get to the contest ideas, before a different game, then...
Have you ever heard of Robert Cop?
No.
It is a RoboCop knockoff toy. I guess it's like I saw it. I'm like, that's hilarious. And then like he even had his own Facebook page. The toy, like people collected them because they've come out with different things. Robert Cop.
My God.
You could have had anything, but like Robo Knight, Robo Guy, Robo Detective. And changed the cop, but no, they went to change the defining part about this cop is that he's a robot to name him Robert.
God.
And it's just a big clunky plastic toy.
All right, do you have more on your list?
My list.
Besides your rant on imitation?
No, Troop Ideas.
Okay, so we put out a thing. I realized that once we put this out that...
Troop Ideas brought to you by Bud Light.
We didn't... And Diet Pepsi. We didn't give a final date for the Troop Idea.
That was the next day. It was probably the day was before we just even went out. So I win with mine because I was the only one that
No, we didn't.
No. It's over, and I win.
All right. So we should probably say it's probably over the
end of the month. When is this going out? What day is it today? 16th? Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Because then all the boys out there can do something important for Valentine's Day, which is giving us Troop Ideas.
Well, maybe we should only... Because we got a lot in. So maybe we should see how many... Or let's just say February 1st, 2 weeks.
All right. Let's go a couple of recordings, and we'll pick the best 3 per time we sit down.
Yeah.
And we'll go through them until we have a dozen or 20, and then have a whole...
We already have a dozen or 20.
No, well, the best. Best of the best.
Okay.
It's a new segment called Best Troop. It's ongoing throughout the episodes, throughout the podcasts, and it's ongoing. And later we'll pick a winner. So
okay, so you're gonna write these down as we go along.
I'm gonna write them down if they're winners.
Okay. So we put it.
And here, I am gonna preface all this by saying, when I poop on your idea, don't take it personally, but I might have to poop on it immediately. May not even discuss its merits. What's the first one?
Okay, the first one. From Blue Triangle, it's a chipmunk. His Troop Idea is a chipmunk. A chipmunk runs toward an archer tower and just hangs out in that area until the archer kills it. Chipmunks have a cost of 0 elixir.
Boo that next.
Okay, but why?
Blue Triangle is actually inside. What up, dude? Listen, I don't know what the point is. 0 elixir?
Well, if it just eats it. Well, I mean, it needs to cost something. I mean, it would be nice for 0.
It costs nothing, but it takes up a spot. And it doesn't do any damage?
No, it absorbs Archer Tower.
That's all it does is absorb, and it takes a spot. Okay, I like the idea of that.
It'd be like a goblin type.
I like the idea of because you have to trade stuff off, right? So if it doesn't cost anything, then it doesn't do any damage. It just soaks up. It just soaks up. Shots.
Archer.
So then the trade off of that is
from Archer Towers.
It's that it's free, but it does, but it takes up one of your spots.
Yeah.
So bringing them is actually not as good for you.
If it doesn't take
depending on what its hit point is.
All right.
Need something bigger than that.
So this is from Corey. I got a troop idea. I want a druid troll type troop.
A druid troll.
It would be a dark elixir troop that takes up 10 slots, but the troop itself would be very small. Cost 100 to 175 DE. The troop would also be very weak with low hit points. It would only target defense. The druid would cast a snare spell that will slow the rate of fire on the defending base. The area of spell will be about half the size of a spell, and when upgrading, the snare lasts longer and more hit points.
So he's casting spells against defenses to make them weaker. To make them not. He's not attacking them. He's making their attacks either slower or weaker somehow. I like that idea.
We could almost imagine it looking like kind of like a wizard or an archer where they're shooting.
And it's a dark troop, dark wizard. That's something that's going to need to happen. Yeah.
Druid troll. It could be one ugly looking troop. I mean, the golem's pretty ugly.
I think they look rad. The final ones, the ones that are all spiky.
I would love to follow a golem or P.E.K.K.A. with the druid, and it would allow them to last longer. You would also need to make sure it follows because walls will really hamper its movement.
Yeah. All right. What else you got?
Okay. Yeah, but would you want to put it around a P.E.K.K.A.? Or I mean, you'd probably want to put it around things like Velks or archers, like something that was going to slow constant rate.
A mob of them.
Yeah, because golems absorb the fire, so it's not so bad. But I don't know. You could do it. Yeah.
And with such a small.
Okay, are you writing these down? So the druid troll. Yeah. Did you write that down?
No, I didn't.
Okay. All right, and I try not to read any of these, by the way. So they came in, and I might see the title, but some people asked, "Did you get it?" And so I had to go look. But okay. The troop is called Worm. How it works is he stays underground. You would see a little indicator of where he is, so how he can't get shot at while he's moving around. He comes up to destroy buildings, weapons, and walls. He would be a dark troop costing 100 dark elixir apiece. He would have low hit points, but does high amount of damage.
I'm sorry, I wasn't. You lost me.
Yeah,
the worm.
Okay, so
I like the name.
How it works is it stays underground. You'd see a little indicator of where he is. So it's burrowing, I guess. Okay, so he can't get shot while he's moving around.
Sure.
He comes up to destroy buildings, weapons, and walls. He would be dark troop costing 100 dark elixir apiece. He'd have low hit points, but does high amount of damage. But
the Dune
Worm. He'd have to be able to be shot, though.
The Dune Worm. That's the idea there. The fucking Shai-Hulud coming up and eating the whole base because it's humongous.
Yeah.
Now I'm picturing the whole thing swirling around and crumpling in, and your guys are like, "Okay, back up," and you're just like, "Let the worm go, let it do its thing." Charlie, get back here!
Yeah, because you couldn't really follow it with any. Well,
a worm that goes under and comes up it would have to be a one-shot deal that you could it would go under a wall and then come back out like.
No, I think it just.
Hangs out underground.
Yeah, but it has to be able to get shot.
It's got to be able to get killed somehow and readily.
Yeah.
So it goes under and comes back up and then does one like you could take out one defense, the closest defense, you could take it out. Like no, as it comes up, it chews on it and it does a lot of damage. Like it'll chew it out pretty fast, but it can get hit while it's chewing, and then once it eats it up, then it'll go back out and try another one.
Yeah, so if it was aimed right, you could hit one particular defense.
Yeah, you could get it in there, and if it was doing its damage.
Yeah.
Well,
because it would be like sending in like 2 balloons or like 2 hogs kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, you hope they go right where they're supposed to go to like take out a key.
And you could do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it need to be limited.
And I think that's how you do it, is that it can hit while it's eating, and it's really weak.
Oh yeah.
It's got to be pretty weak because it's going to get there.
I'd never be able to see it. Those spells are going off. I would be like, where the hell did that thing go? Just popping its head out.
And then you'd want to do like a whole army of them, so they just go. There's worms just eating things around there. Rage spells on them. And there's the other limit is that the spells don't work unless it's above ground.
Well, it's not doing anything underground. It's like free passage.
Well, it would go faster with the rage. Maybe it moves really slow too.
Well, it would have to also take up a lot of spots.
Yeah.
Because if you could just take out every defense one by one.
Well, that's why it's really weak. When it's eating, it gets shot by not only the archer tiles are just shooting straight down the wall at it.
Okay.
And
I see what you're getting at.
Everything else can hit it. It's not like it's alone.
All right. I can see that.
But like a cannon couldn't shoot it. The wizard could.
Well, then the cannons would be obsolete.
I mean, a cannon could shoot it while it's eating.
Because already there's
a cannon could shoot it while it's eating, but it couldn't shoot it while it was eating it. I mean, it couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah. I see.
It couldn't shoot down at it. Yeah.
Right. Can't shoot below you. All right.
Keep going.
Let's see here. Okay, so this is from Battering Ram from Pushed by Skeletons clan. Hey, it's Ryan 1994 from Kent Farmhouse. Oh, sorry, I thought he was putting his clan description there. Okay, hey, it's Ryan 1994 from Kent Farmhouse, also in House of Zod when Clan Wars first started. I remember him. Okay, my troop idea is Battering Ram. That's not his name. It looked like it signed his name, Battering Ram, on here. And that's why I started with it. Because I was like...
Oh, this is from Battering Ram.
Yeah, who's this from? Just quick scan. Okay. Like I said, I haven't read these. So the Battering Ram. And it's pushed by skeletons.
Okay.
Not the clan. Yeah, all right. 300 Dark Elixir for level 1.
Good clan name, though.
Yeah.
I guess. Better than a lot
troop
of
size is 10.
What is it now? It's a Battering Ram.
So it's pushed by skeletons. Yeah, so like they're running up to like a gate, kind of, when the little skeletons are pushing. All right. It's 300 Dark Elixir for level 1. Troop size is 10. Around the same hit points as a Hog Rider. Uses a ram to bash a 2-wide gap in the wall. Goes straight towards the town hall, and then once it gets there, it self-destructs. Movement speed is at 10, so balloon, or slower. Does about half or so damage of a wall breaker.
I like that.
I like that, too.
I like that. I'm putting that down. I'm putting that one down. What's the name of it? Does it have a name?
Battering Ram.
Well, I mean...
No, it's from Ryan 1994.
I mean, we haven't... I know that, but is it a name of the troop, just Battering Ram?
Yeah, Battering Ram.
Okay.
Look.
All right, yeah, but that's not very...
No, it makes sense, though. I mean, it is what it is.
Call it a banner. Call it a skull crusher. Put a big skull on the front of it. That obviously should be the front of it, right? A big skull. Crash.
Yeah, that'd
with
be
horns
cool.
or something, yeah.
Yeah, like a hellish goat.
Big hellmouth.
Yeah.
Okay. What is that game with the samurai whatever?
Samurai Siege?
Yeah, that game. They got battering rams instead of wall breakers. But this is a bigger and better. In our game, it would work pretty good.
Go directly towards the town hall.
That's the thing. Yeah, it just keeps
that makes
going
sense.
right
It would make perfect sense to have a battering ram in the game that goes towards the town because that's what battering rams, do.
And
Nothing
and how
else
would you
targets
do?
like the town
couldn't-
center.
You'd have to set it up so that it doesn't. It's not going to turn to go. So if you're setting in a line, you want it to go right towards the town. If you don't set it in the right line, it's going to like have to smash through horizontal walls, like 1, 2, 3 before it even gets to the next compartment.
Yeah.
You gotta get it in the right spot to get it to go all the way through.
Yeah.
And so there's a way to set your base up and stagger things so that it couldn't do that. Like have double walls and double lines and compartments and stuff. Like a real compartmentalized base, it'd be real hard because you'd have those walls that are in its line staggered. And that'd be a good way to defend against that.
Where you'd increase your layers.
So what would you do to create the funnel? You'd bring 5 or 6 of those things, and you'd send everything else in behind it.
Yeah, that would. The P.E.K.K.A.s would be the problem, because then the P.E.K.K.A.s could go right in Velks, but what was the hit points? Same hit points as Hog Rider, so it wouldn't last that long.
Okay, wait, Ryan, what was his name?
1994.
Yeah, I remember him from the.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. Ryan, battering ram. Now, I've talked about having a rhino or something that goes, whatever it does, it goes straight towards the thing.
But that battering ram makes more and more sense.
It's a little bit more fleshed out.
Yeah.
We're going to go with hit, because it's the first one. Sorry if you got the same idea later. Well, you know what? We'll put your name on it as battering ram. Several people might win this because they might all have the same idea. I think we're going to have
to do like probably 2 rounds because we've got a lot.
Well, so far, keep going.
Okay. All right. So I like it. I think there's more to that idea.
We're gonna add to it.
Okay.
I'm sure that other people are gonna have similar ideas about battering ram type things, and we can incorporate
this one's much more like fleshed out. So
okay.
I'm gonna read it. Hello, Scotty and Boneyard. Love the show. Keep doing what you're doing. Shout out to Boaz, too. My idea for a new troop is a new take on the traditional catapult. Instead of a giant boulder, though, it fires other troops. So here's the breakdown. It can only be placed on the outer edge of the map and can be loaded with a certain amount of troops. Let's say 25 for sake of discussion. At any time during the raid, you can fire the catapult with the troops in it. Wherever the troops land, it would be as if you had dropped them right there and they go about their business. The catapult is a skill-based shot. Remember that old computer game with the 2 mortars and you had to angle your shot up in the air and try to land exactly on the other mortar? Think that type of shot. There's no guide or marker that shows you where the shot will land. It is basically the same as pulling a rubber band back and shooting it. It's all in the feel. Now consider the implications. Want to fire a group of giants into the center to distract the inner defenses while you push in? Lob them in. Think you're a badass? Try to shoot a P.E.K.K.A. directly on top of that Inferno Tower and take it out. Careful, though, a bad shot. He's selling this. Careful, though. A bad shot. It's like, I'm going to see this on an infomercial. Because it's like, and then I'm going to buy it.
It's going to be the actual thing on when we get news about the new troop.
Yeah.
Oh, catapult! Be careful when you get a bad shot.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds exactly like it was. Okay. Careful though, a bad shot might sail right past your target. Think of all the interesting new base configurations we would see. People would make many little square pockets of walls towards the center to catch a misfire and mow them down. The catapult could even have a splash effect where a large amount of troops shot, say 25 archers, spread out in midair and land in different sections. It would have to be, that could be a drawback.
Yeah.
You'd have to shoot heavier things. It would have to be a regular troop as it is more utility and less of a powerful addition to the team. It would only take up a small amount of troop space, 10, as it doesn't actually contribute to your overall power. That's from Silent Victory 0.
Catapult. I'm writing that down because so far we're getting the worm was discussed. The chipmunk is goofy, but I understand about how it's a soak. He doesn't do any damage. Did he say the chipmunk didn't do any damage? He didn't mention whether or not it did damage.
Absorbed it.
It just absorbed it, and that's why it's 0.
Yeah,
and that's why it's got to take up space. Not a bad idea. Worm, I like it because it's underground, and that's a whole new thing. Plus Dune Worm. But battering ram and catapult, both siege engines. This is Clash of Clans, and you got a castle and a fucking wall. battering ram and
It
catapult.
follows this theme
Yeah.
of the game.
Yeah. Catapult, what's the name?
Silent Victory 0.
Silent Victory 0.
So it would be...
Oh, my pen. Oh, I got to piss like a motherfucker. I just realized that when I bent over. Whew. My bladder is full, y'all. Bud Light.
Yeah, you could think of... so it's saying 25... He'd throw 25 troops.
Let's talk about that.
That'd
Yeah,
be,
and here's the thing: like there has to be they're going to have to write whole new code to be able to do a slingshot thing, right?
Well, no,
Now
Hobbs
it's-
jump.
Well, no, but you don't control that. It's not with the touchscreen. All you do is just tap on it. You never. I guess you do. When you like hold your finger and move shit around like that could. It's I guess the.
Maybe it just...
My question is: do you think the program is there to make that work already? Probably. Like it probably wouldn't be that hard to be, like a little slingshot action going on.
Well, let's just ignore that.
Maybe you just tap on it, you know.
Yeah, to see the...
and
well, the
it
barbs can
just
run.
shoots.
I'm sure, like
you have to
things fly.
set it. You have to set it. You can set it at. You can set it at 33, 45, and 55. You can set it at 3 different angles. Maybe you have to do it before you go in, like your defenses.
You'd almost have to have it take up a lot of space, though, because...
Yeah, it's gonna be huge.
Well, and he's saying it would only take up a small amount at 10 of troop space.
Well, no, it'd take up like 20 at least. You wouldn't load it. You would just have troops, along the bottom, and you'd have to like tap. Like, okay, you got barbs lined up. Instead of dropping them on the ground, you drop them into the catapult, and they will shoot. And you just keep dropping them. You have to do it tap, 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 and then just shoot.
Yeah.
Maybe that. I like the idea of launching a bunch at once. So maybe you do load it beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like the clan castle.
It's like bringing in a defense, or bringing in a building.
That's
Catapult. I'm keeping it in. I'm keeping it on the list because of the siege engine thing that we're going for already.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. And we'll probably have more thoughts on it later because it's like, it's. I don't know. That one's like, okay, how would it work? And I'm sure people will comment in like the clan chat.
Okay, well let's cut the like loading of. Although I like the part about loading of troops, but a catapult, it has to go outside and it can shoot bombs in. That's pretty simple. That's the basic of that one.
It would be a defensive mortar if it didn't shoot troops, but it just shot.
It just shot explosions, and then eventually they are. Because firing fireballs in there, once you upgrade it all the way,
so you can actually get to,
and it doesn't move. It shoots things in one spot, and that's it.
I could see it taking up like a space of a golem,
and it can't shoot, and maybe its range,
or even more than a golem.
Its range is set so that you.
If it was 35, it would have to be a 35, because a max you'd have to have a max clan castle.
Yeah.
Because the golem is at 30, or maybe the P.E.K.K.A.'s at 30.
I see them doing things where maybe it doesn't fit in a clan castle. You can't donate it to somebody. It's kind of a bitch. It's kind of a dick move, but it'll force. I've thought about that before. Supercell should do that so that people want to get up there to get that troop. They can't play with it because they have to. They get it themselves. Is the only way to use it. Giant catapult would be that.
That's a really interesting. I never thought of take on it. Like I never thought about it that way. That it could be a troop that you can't donate.
Yeah,
and
I mean, right now you want a giant or you want a golem. Then, you gotta fucking get there.
How you do it is you make the troop 40.
Yeah,
bigger than any clan castle could hold it,
and
then you could always change it then because if you increase the size of a clan castle, you could let people and
you have to I guess it would be hard because it has to go somewhere. And you could push the walls out so it can't fit somewhere.
Yeah,
I guess you can put it anywhere that you can put a clan castle. Because sometimes you can't put clan castles in places where there's things like you can still put troops there, but you can't put a clan castle on it. Sometimes, like on a rock, that kind of thing. So you can't put that thing. You can put it. You'll end up having to put it all the way on the edge of the map.
Player wants to have rocks.
No, I had to do a whole redo because I went to Town Hall 8. And I had a big block of walls. You know, like you put them all in a line, you buy them all, get them out there, and then you start upgrading them. They were all the way to purple before I even moved. Like I'm just getting beat up because I have all this elixir and I'm boosting and stuff. And I'm like,
people are bullying you down in 1600s.
No. Player one's much lower.
Wait, oh yeah, sorry. Okay,
Player one's maybe 1200.
Okay.
And so I just sat down one day and I had to do it on my little cheap phone, my little phone. So I'm like, oh, I got to do this. But now that they had the layout builder, I spent, it was several days before I was done. Do it a little bit here, a little bit there, and it's a formidable base now, and it's got a decent war base. I did the very center is all the defenses, and then there's a gap in the wall, like a 2-space gap, and then outside is all the things ringed around it. So whenever it gets attacked, like dragons will come in and they just go right around.
Yeah,
and it really works. It doesn't work super good if people know what they're doing, but I'm so far down, And player one doesn't war a lot,
right?
Like he comes in if we need to make numbers, but I don't like
totally
doing that.
Relying on the amateurs to hit my base.
Yeah. Well, but the player one's farm base, the regular base, is. I mean, it doesn't have a town hall in the middle, so it's pretty solid. Okay. Yeah, it gets. I get hit for a quarter, maybe a third of my resources at any given time, if they go for it.
Okay.
They don't get it all.
All right.
Oh, excuse me. I wonder if that was on the mic.
I think it was.
Oh, it's in my nose. Holy smokes.
All right, let's do one more, and then we'll
take a piss.
Yeah. Okay. And we'll just continue this and decide on the winner. So the top three on the next episode. All right.
Okay.
What's up, guys? It's George from Kent Farmhouse. Love the show. So I'm thinking they should add an ogre type troop. That's a dark troop. It would essentially be a giant golem cross. Here's the stats: target town hall, attack type ground, housing 40 to 50, train time 2 hours, movement speed 10. Attack speed 2 seconds, barracks level 6, range 1 tile, damage per second 22, damage per attack 50, hit points 2,000, training costs 1,000 dark elixir, death radius 1.5 tiles, damage upon death 200.
All right, so he's talking about an ogre, right? So it's expensive. It's got a lot of hit points. It doesn't do a ton of damage. But it goes straight to the town hall.
Yeah.
That is a solid dude. I'm not going to go with that one for the straight to the town hall. The battering ram doesn't. Well, I guess the battering ram is straight to the town hall. Well, here's the
thing. I think so. If it was housing 40 to 50, so we were just kind of talking about that. So you couldn't donate it. But like the pig dog, it has like 6,500 hit points or damage hit points. So I mean, if you were gonna spend that much in clan castle troops, or troop space, it would have to have massive where it goes in. Like I think like what he's saying here, it's going in. It's not gonna do a lot. It's gonna go slowly in. Mm-hmm. It's gonna hit but it would have to take a massive amount
of damage.
Yeah,
like it would have to soak it up.
Like, if the golem's 30, it would have to take,
that's almost
like 30.
If it's that big and it's going in like that, it's almost a cheater. The battering ram is going in a straight line.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Now, that's the thing. Between the two of them, the battering ram is just going in a straight line. Not necessarily towards the town hall. It's just going straight wherever you put it. Now, I guess that have to be...
So all of a sudden you're starting to like put the pieces together. Well, what if this was this?
Yeah. With this guy, the ogre goes straight for the town hall. Same kind of troop, same kind of thing, but I don't know.
I got to think about that.
It moves too slow. I want it to move faster and hit harder, but maybe have less damage, and maybe a little cheaper. So you use several of them.
I like the idea of 40 to 50.
Yeah.
And like it's just a massive troop. I would have to say 40 would probably be the most they could.
I like it as a troop. I think it would have to target everything if it's some giant monster wonka. But then that's a golem and a P.E.K.K.A.
But it'd be like taking enough wall breakers in to get to the center for sure.
Yeah, it's too much of it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm out on that one.
Okay.
Sticking with the as far as this episode goes, we got the siege engines, the two of them.
All right. Well, why don't we wrap up here?
Okay.
So we're going to keep going with the contest.
Next episode, episode 74, is going to be all contests.
Okay, but you can send in your ideas still.
Yeah.
Till February 1st.
Yeah. We might have to do this a couple times.
Yeah. All right. So get a hold of us, Clash of Clans Podcast at gmail.com, or at WBSMT Radio on Twitter.
Or 4247 Clash. Call me up.
All right. Well, keep it clashy, everybody.
Yeah, keep it clashy.
Skilly beep 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 skilly beep.